what have Blackmagic done? So it seems Blackmagic have just announced a new pocket cinema camera. Now normally I don't delve too much into Blackmagic cameras because I've never really used them, but I have heard a lot of good things about them. But this one strikes me as quite insane. And it does hang some serious question marks over what's going to happen with the Sony a7S III/4, the a7S II replacement. So first off, the specs of the Blackmagic. It's a 6K capable cine camera. So for anyone who thought 6K's, too insane, you don't need it, everyone's going to be happy with 4K, unlucky, it looks like 6K is getting rammed down our necks. Anyway, now it'll shoot 6K at 6144 by 3456 pixels at 50 frames a second, or at 6144 by 2560, a 2.4:1 ratio at 60 frames a second. And it can do 120 frames a second in 2.8K. So straight off the bat, that's like insane specs already. And with the 4K model being a micro four thirds sensor, it had a micro four thirds mount. But this one going to Super 35, they've gone with a Canon E. You don't like what? You what? Yes, you can shut your eyes. Go on, go back to bed and go to sleep. 11 o'clock at night and the frickin' 3-year-old's up partying. But with the new one being a larger sensor at a Super 35mm, they've had to replace the micro four thirds and they've gone with the Canon EF mount. Which is good news for potential users because obviously the EF mount is the most abundant lens mount on the planet. You've got so many different options to choose from. I do wonder, it would have been, I suppose, potentially better if it was an RF mount because then you could have access to all the upcoming mirrorless lenses and still adapt on the EF lenses. But the camera does also have autofocus, so perhaps they were unable to reverse engineer the RF mount's autofocus. They only know how to do the EF. Don't know. We have records to SD and C-Flash 2.0. We have Gen 4 color science, and it's powered by the Canon LPE6 batteries as well. And the price for the whole lot is less than $2,500, which is just ridiculous. $2,500 is insane. That's barely slightly more than the A7 III was when that came out. The S1H is presumably going to be a whole lot more expensive than that as another 6K camera. And it's probably going to be about 2032 before Canon move on to 6K. So it looks like Blackmagic might not only have just produced one of the best price to performance ratio video cameras on the market, but they've also just produced a better video camera for Canon shooters than Canon currently makes. But the big question now from Sony's perspective is what the hell is going to happen with the a7S III. It was speculated a while ago that we might not see the S3 until next year. Now there's rumors coming out that Sony are going to be announcing 3 new cameras late on this month, early September, and one of those could be the S3. Now, they've already delayed the S3 once before. They've been saying since the start that they wanted the camera to exceed people's expectations. They wanted it to be the best on the market. And I think the reason they delayed it the first time was because they knew the Panasonic S1H was coming, so had to take it back to the drawing board to revise things. Is the release of this Blackmagic now going to throw a spanner in the works for Sony with that? Are we going to see another delay? Are Sony just going to have to bite the bullet and release a camera that's maybe not quite as good as some of the other things on the market? Or, potentially more unlikely here, is the S3 already better spec'd than the Blackmagic? I doubt it. And even if it was, I doubt it would have the price point of the Blackmagic. And now that we've got 2 6K capable cameras on the market in the form of the S1H and now the Blackmagic, is this cementing more the idea that the Sony a7S III is also going to be 6K capable? Or are they going to maybe go the other way, stick with 4K and just have insane low light capabilities? Obviously at the minute the Blackmagic's only an announcement, there's been no kind of proper hands-on real world reviews, So maybe they've had to make the camera out of mud and sticks in order to keep the cost down. Who knows? But what do you make of all of this? Are you excited by the Blackmagic announcement? Is this going to maybe entice you away from the A7S III, or are you still hanging on for the S3? Leave your thoughts and comments in the box down below. Thank you so much for stopping by, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.